Rank My Vote was formed as a grassroots organization of volunteers who got together in 2019, seeing the success of the grassroots ballot initiative process in Michigan and thinking, what's the next way that we can empower voters in Michigan? They thought ranked choice voting is the way to do that, formed Rank My Vote. And I joined soon after it was formed as a volunteer in 2019 with a statewide ballot initiative implementing ranked choice voting in high impact offices in mind. COVID threw those plans awry, but we kept being committed to the voter empowerment that ranked choice voting brings to Michigan voters. One, ranked choice voting for city elections in Ann Arbor in 2021, East Lansing, Kalamazoo, and Royal Oak in 2023, and then launched our statewide ballot petition to put ranked choice voting on the 2026 ballot. And so we're so proud of the work that you all did, that we as a grassroots organization did together with your help to elevate the need to improve our democracy through ranked choice voting. But we recognized over time that we weren't collecting signatures fast enough to get on the ballot. In Michigan, we need 10% of the voters in the last gubernatorial election. We need that number of signatures turned in a 6-month window. Over 500,000 for our part, and we weren't on pace to collect that many signatures in that time frame. We looked at what we had, and we decided before the Christmas holidays to be honest with everyone and tell everyone that we were getting into winter, we were not likely going to increase our rate of signature collection, and before the holidays said that we're going to pause our signature gathering for now and not continue to signature gather for the 2026 ballot. This gives us a chance to expand our base of support and be in better shape as we continue to advocate for ranked choice voting in Michigan. I am so sure that we are eventually going to bring the voter power that ranked choice voting brings to voters here in Michigan. We know, right, where ranked choice voting is used, that voters like ranked choice voting, love it, find it simple, want to expand it. So this is a great opportunity for us to continue to advocate for ranked choice voting, build up our supporter base, identify those three-way races where votes are split and an unrepresentative candidate may win, identify with voters when candidates drop out, when their favorite candidate drops out, when they want to support a candidate but they're a long shot candidate. Bring all these voter experiences back around to ranked choice voting and expand the number of people who are aware of ranked choice voting and see it as a solution to their political frustrations. And it's a great time for us to continue to build our base of support with the groups that are organizing for better democracy in our state, from local clubs all the way up to statewide organizations, from your local knitting club to a Kiwanis club. There's so many people in Michigan that are committed to making our world better, right? There's so many of us who do that in so many ways, either through political work, democracy work, or in local charities, in service work that they're doing. This is a great time to engage those people and say, this is a great way that we can have a better world, the world that we're all working for, and ensure that our voices are better heard in our democracy, that our candidates represent all of us when they're elected. Voters get more choices, more voices are heard, and the temperature of our politics is lowered, where people don't feel like they're pushed out of our democracy, but pulled in. So it's a great time for us to continue to build that base of support in terms of supporters, volunteers, build partnerships, and build a donor base that can support the work that we're going to continue to do as we continue to advance our cause here in Michigan. We'll also be working behind the scenes, working with election administrators to make sure that they are supported in ultimately implementing ranked choice voting here in Michigan, learning from the plentiful places in the United States, cities, states that have implemented ranked choice voting, and showing how it can be done so that when it's used in the cities here in Michigan and ultimately used statewide, our election administrators are well educated and know how they can be supported in implementing ranked choice voting. That leads to another thing that we're specifically advocating for in this period. We won ranked choice voting in the city of Ann Arbor in 2021, East Lansing, Kalamazoo, and Royal Oak in 2023. But those cities are not allowed to use ranked choice voting. Neither is Ferndale, which elected to use it way back in 2004. State Bureau of Elections has said that state law prevents its use in those cities. So we would love to change state law and allow for those cities where the voters have all elected to use ranked choice voting to use them in their local city elections. That would mean that voters get the experience of using ranked choice voting. They can talk about their experiences all around the state. Election administrators get the experience of running ranked choice voting elections, and candidates and media cover ranked choice voting elections and know how to run and share how they're running ranked choice voting campaign, which again, we know that voters, after they use ranked choice voting, overwhelmingly like it, find it simple, want to expand its use. To get that to happen though, and to allow for even more cities to use ranked choice voting, we need to change state law to allow for ranked choice voting's use locally. And so that's a specific focus that we'll be working on in 2026. Legislative advocacy, working to educate candidates on ranked choice voting and why it's important for state law to be amended to allow for ranked choice voting's use at the local level. As a volunteer right now, we have so many great opportunities to help advance our cause. We'll be in the next month having specific opportunities to participate in state party conventions, nominating conventions, where Secretary of State and Attorney General and other candidates are selected by the major and minor parties in the state. That'll be a great place to work to educate party activists and policymakers and these candidates who are going to be nominated on ranked choice voting and the support that it has around our state. Beyond that, we'll be doing the same with the candidates that are going to be elected into our state legislature and more throughout the rest of 2026. Beyond that, in your local field team, there's going to be so many opportunities that we would love for you to partake in, to be at festivals this summer and connect with your local Rotary Club, your local movements in your area. As a statewide movement, we have such a wide geography that we are building our movement in, but you're the best expert for your local area. And with field teams around the state, we would love to invite you to participate with your field team in setting up presentations with your local Kiwanis Club, coming to your knitting club and talking about ranked choice voting, being connected to a local city council person or candidate who's running. Get a table and work with us to get volunteers or volunteer yourself at your local Summerfest. These are all great opportunities that are coming up this year to help advance the cause of ranked choice voting. Ranked choice voting is overwhelmingly liked and loved by the people who know about it. It's just that we have to keep getting out there and getting in front of people and saying, there's a way we can improve our democracy. It's through ranked choice voting. Here's how to learn. Here's how to sign up to support. We here at Rank My Vote are not stopping, and we would love for your continued involvement in our fight for a better democracy. Reach out to your field captain, your field lead, or statewide field leads, Kate and Kate, to find out how you can take part this year in 2026 of continued advocacy and some concrete wins for ranked choice voting as we work together to advance our cause, ultimately to bring ranked choice voting to our high impact elections here in Michigan. To our volunteers, I want to say I so appreciate all of the hard work that you've put in to advance our cause. And I know you're frustrated that we didn't make it onto the 2026 ballot, but we advanced our cause immensely. And I want to specifically say that to you and send you my appreciation. We're now a recognized state movement with a very respected field presence, with recognition amongst the elected officials here in the state, with a cause for our democracy that policymakers see, that they're seeing that there's an energy that wants to improve our democracy through ranked choice voting. So you've done great productive work. I know it hasn't turned into, at the current moment, a policy win for us, but I think if we do a little more work and keep up the cause, we will get some concrete wins for ranked choice voting this year and continuing into the future. I'm so excited about our future as a movement, and I appreciate everything that you've done and invite you to keep advocating for voters through ranked choice voting, through bringing ranked choice voting to Michigan with us here at Rank My Vote.